girl, I've never done this before. But my mom was like, why don't you just go outside in nature, walk and talk? And I was like, okay, I will, but I don't really know what to talk about. But then again, I never know what to talk about in any of my videos. Um, Today was a pretty uneventful day. However, I am happy to announce that I did not wake up with crippling pain in my hip. For those of you who don't know, my church just had a pretty big old event, and I got to participate in it as a dancer and as an actress. But the thing about me is I'm too bloody old to be dancing. Nothing choreographed suits me. And so some way, somehow, I managed to like strain a muscle in my hip. And it wasn't until today that I felt like we had finally recovered. But needless to say, I've gone the past week between my schedule and the injury without going to the gym, which blows. And for the past week, I have felt so sad and so helpless, so useless, so sad. But then today, when I went to the gym, I didn't have any momentum. I wasn't excited. I was a wee bit embarrassed because I know that they can check like my check-in history and be like, she hasn't worked out in a week. She works here. But needless to say, we showed up anyway. And I made sure to do something that made my ego feel good off rip, which was the leg press. Because as you know, women have exceptionally strong legs. But my dumb self went ahead, stuck 3 plates on each side. I think that's 270. I don't do math. But I leg pressed that for a little bit. And then humbled myself with some goblet squats on a 25-pound plate. And only did that for 25 pounds. Because ain't no way. I thought I was going to die. And then my outfit wasn't the smartest because I really wanted to do RDLs, but anytime I would bend over, I didn't feel very modest, very secure, and that's on me. Lesson learned for next time. So I went over to the hamstring curls, did that for a couple sets, hit a PR. I can now curl 50 pounds without feeling like I'm pulling a muscle in my pinky toe or any other toe for that matter, which is pretty cool. And then I finished with hip abductors. That was about it. And I think I maxed out at like 115 pounds on that, which if I really wanted to, I could do that whole stack, but mind to muscle connection is way more important than my ego. So I told myself that I was going to do abs. I didn't, but that worked out by the grace of God, because by the time I was ready to do my abs and walk over to like the little section that I normally do it in, there was a class being held. And so God said, no abs for you. You want to be able to breathe tomorrow, you know? So that was nice. I was supposed to do 20 minutes on the Stairmaster, but the way that my lungs were, reacting to life, we did about 8 minutes. We'll be back tomorrow, By the time I left the gym, I felt happy. I felt successful. I felt strong. I felt accomplished. I felt just genuinely excited. And it dawned on me that I haven't felt this way for the past week. And I don't know how strong the correlation is, but I also haven't worked out for the past week. So needless to say, your body is a temple, fam. I was actually reading in 1 Corinthians, I think it was chapters 3 and 4. And I think that was a passage that was talking about like how the Holy Spirit like dwells in you, God dwells in you, and how your body is physically like where God resides. And you want to keep that as pure and as holy and as intimate as possible. And when I feel sad, I could still feel close and intimate to Jesus and all, but it's not the same like lovey-dovey excitement and, joy of the Lord that it is like post-workout when my body feels strong and capable and my brain feels proud of itself, So We're gonna continue going to the gym. And you know what? I just had this like revelation just now in this moment. At the beginning of this YouTube channel, I remember talking about how little I wanted to go to the gym and how little I wanted to weight train and how I wasn't cut out for it, wasn't built like that, that I could just stick to stretching and cardio at most and be okay with it. Then I tried doing weights, but I don't know. Now I'm like, just recognizing how God works. Like He provided me with a job, like a great job that is like significantly helping my mental health, and in turn making it easier for me to commune with God. You know, makes it easier for me to trust my own thoughts when I feel this good too. Because I feel really clear-headed, very clear-minded. I think being outside is also pretty nice, pretty beneficial. Just a random neighborhood. um, yeah, we're just continuing to do everything to the best of our ability, fam. We just want to be healthy. Yeah, because the healthier we are, the more Jesus shines His light on us. And the more Jesus shines His light on us, the more others can recognize that light in us. And they're not looking at you, they're looking at Jesus at that point. And that's the goal, you know? You want the Holy Spirit to reside so deeply within you that people don't recognize you, they just recognize your light. So, but I think that's my update for now. Keeping it short and sweet to the point. Go to the gym, go outside, take your showers, be healthy, be happy. Yeah. Anyway, you guys, today is Lord Tuesday. Yeah, May 7th, 2K25. So happy Tuesday, beautiful people. My name is Giselle. I'm 29 years old. If you like this video at all, please make sure that you like, comment, subscribe, all of that good jazz. Know that I love you with all of my heart, and I'll catch you in my next video. Mwah. Mwah. Mwah.